Hello, Mom, Dad, Meat World. So this right here is an open box 15-inch MacBook Air. This is the M2 MacBook Air, and this was recently bought at a local store named Best Buy. Picked it up via open box. This particular configuration is the 8GB configuration with not 256 gigs but 512 gigs of storage. So base configuration, 512 gigs of storage, and that is pretty much it. As you can see, the front, it's definitely been opened, it's been returned, hence it was bought open box. But I do gotta say, you do get some sort of deal when you do pick up open box. This is about a few $100s cheaper than it is if you were to buy it brand new. So I just took the box off, and here we have this right here. You've got the Apple logo. This is in the Starlight color, and so I remember having to tilt it awkwardly on the side to get it pulled out. So we've got the computer itself, and then we've got the manual right here. It does have the stickers in here. You've got the charging brick. The charging brick they do give you with it is one of these dual USB-C, and then you've got the pop-up adapter right here, which is really neat, and then the dual USB-C on the bottom, and then we get a nice braided MagSafe cable. So USB-C on one side. Let me see if I can. Yep, USB-C on one side, MagSafe 3 on the other. I do love the MagSafe. It is really, really nice. So what I had done a while ago is I had actually traded in, we had a 16-inch MacBook Pro. I was anticipating the M3s coming out. I anticipated wrong as of this video. Depending on when you are watching this, the M3s are not out. I was using the 13-inch MacBook Pro. That is my wife's computer, and I was using that computer for both just taking over her computer and then using it for work and for a little bit of video editing. But what I had really noticed is I had really missed that 16-inch display, and this guy right here came up, and price wasn't too bad, just a little over, so it was about $1083 after tax, and for the Starlight color. And again, the only thing upgraded from the base model was storage, 256 to 512. This is the configuration we got, and this beautiful Starlight color. I think it's more silver than anything, especially in this light. But the thing I do love about this, so this is already set up, it's already been used for quite a while, is that that display. This display right here is nice. The 15-inch size really does make a difference over the 13-inch size because you get much more screen real estate, and depending on if you've used the 13 or the 15 or a 16-inch MacBook, you know that going from a 15 or 16-inch down to a 13-inch, it really is a little bit shocking. And with having this 15-inch display, I think it's really the best of both worlds. So we're not going to get into any benchmarks or anything like that, but I'm just going to give you my real world use. So going from the 13 to a 15-inch, especially when working with Excel files or PowerPoint presentations or multiple Word documents, having that bigger screen really does help out quite a bit, especially when you're launching multiple applications at one time. And as you can see here, this is a big, beautiful screen. It is different. It is a slightly different screen than, say, the 14 and the 16-inch MacBook Pros. You are not getting 120 Hertz ProMotion. You are back down to 60 Hertz ProMotion. But I will tell you, when you are not touching the screen like you do an iPhone, I actually don't notice it as much. I don't know if you will too, but the screen is just fine. It's bright, it's beautiful, it's color accurate. This is an IPS LCD screen. So with the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro, that is also IPS LCD, but it is mini LED backlit. This is not. It's just a traditional LCD, and then this is 60 hertz versus at 120 hertz. But I do gotta say, it is just fine and it's phenomenal. The other thing to give it away too is to know that this is not the MacBook Pro versus the MacBook Air, other than it just being super thin and super light, is you don't have right here on the side where the speaker grills are, you actually do see the cutout holes on the 16-inch. You don't see the cutout holes here. And then if you take a look at the keyboard is not black background. It is the color of the chassis in the background. And the MacBook Pros are, they do have that matte finish background, and this does not. So, but you've still got this really nice, really large trackpad right here, and it is incredibly thin and light, especially for a big display like this. It's just really been a pleasure to work on. So stuff like email, stuff like Microsoft Office, and anything that has to do with everyday day-to-day word processing and just very light tasks, no issues, no problems. But the thing that really did surprise me with this is you can actually photo edit and you can video edit. So I use something like Catalyst Browse because I do have a Sony camera and I do want to stabilize my footage. So Catalyst Browse, it actually will not, when you go to analyze, it will not play the preview, just doesn't play it very well, or just play it at all. But then if you go to render the footage and have it convert it and have it stabilize, no issues with that. It does take a little bit longer to stabilize that footage. And then the other thing too with Final Cut Pro works very well. It works smoother than I thought it would. But again, if you are getting into larger videos, other than say 5-10 minute videos or so, when you get into 20-minute videos like I did for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you will slow this down. So just know that. Again, we're only working with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then also this is 8 gigabytes of RAM, and we're not talking about all the extra horsepower of say the M2 Pro or the M2 Max or the M2 Ultra. This is the base model for the 15-inch, so you do have a couple more GPU cores because this is a 15-inch model over the 13-inch model MacBook Air. I'm looking at the screen here and I do see the notch. The notch, like any of the other models, the 14, the 16, goes right away. They're housing the 1080p FaceTime camera, which is just fine. I don't really use the FaceTime camera, but it does work and work out very well. So one of the things I did not talk about were the ports. So on one side, on the left side, you've got the MagSafe 3 and then 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt ports. And then on the other side, you've got a headphone jack. So you do not get an SD card reader, which I do miss. If it had that, I think it would be just about ideal. It's okay, I do connect up a adapter or dongle, as you will. And the cool thing about this is how portable it is. Here is myself on an airplane. This is a 737 MAX 8 airplane, and I've got the tray table out and I'm able to actually do some edits with it on the tray table. Again, this is a 15-inch computer, but I'm able to edit without any issues on the plane. So I feel like I'm more productive. And this video wouldn't be complete without a MacBook Air sitting in a coffee shop trying to get some work done. So here you go, just to show you how portable it is. So overall, this thing has been a pleasure to use. It has quickly become one of my favorite computers for the specs that are on here. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigs on the storage. It's quick, it's fast for everyday usage. You can video edit on it. I actually have edited quite a few videos on here, and it's spectacular with that, quite honestly. And the battery life is absolutely phenomenal. I find that I don't really need to carry a charger with me, but when I do, it does charge up quickly. And I do like having the dual USB-C on here because you can plug in, say, your iPad Pro, your phone, and the computer at the same time, and it does charge very, very well. Overall, this has become one of my new favorite computers, not only for the quality of this thing, but also for how thin and light this is. This is such a beautiful computer. This is in Starlight. This is the 15-inch MacBook Air, and it is actually quite an awesome computer. I didn't think I'd like it as much, but I absolutely do. This has become one of my new favorites until we shall see the M3, if that ever does come out. We know it will, it's just a matter of time. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out our channel. And thank you very much for watching. And until the next video, we'll talk soon. Bye for now.